about my basic training experience. And I'll probably do AIT later, but for today, basic training, because that's what I get the most questions on. So yeah, so I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. People know it as Fort Lost in the Wood because it's in Missouri and it's like literally in the middle of nowhere. And actually, that was the first time I ever took an airplane anywhere. That was my first flight anywhere, so I was super nervous. And I remember when we landed, we all, a group of us that were there for basic training, got on this charter bus. If y'all don't know what a charter bus is, it's like a big ass bus and it has bathrooms in the back and it's like really spacious, I guess. And we took this bus, like it was like a 2-hour ride from St. Louis, Missouri to Fort Leonard Wood, or I want to say 2 or 3 hour freaking drive. And we ended up getting there later on in the night. And I remember when we got, I literally went with just a backpack with like one extra outfit, like that was it, and some shoes. Other than that, I didn't take anything with me. They told me not to take anything with me. And I always say I took a little bit of toiletries and stuff like that. So after this bus ride, we got there and we pulled up and they told us all to just get off the bus and to enter this building, which is now that I know, was reception. So when we first sat down, the first thing they told us to do was pull out our cell phones. Mind you, my sister had left a week earlier to basic training than I did, and she got to keep her cell phone for the first week she was there during reception. But apparently that wasn't we didn't get the same privileges. It's different wherever you go. And they told us to pull out our cell phones, and they had like this script up on the projection board, and it basically told us to tell our parents we're okay, we made it, and we'll give them a call when we can. And that was it. They said that we were going to call our parents, say exactly what's on the board, and hang up. And they were going to take our phones until whenever. So I remember, pulled out my phone, called my mom, she answered, and I said what was on the script, and I kept trying to continue to talk to her because I was just like, Mom, like they're taking my phone. Like I was so scared, y'all. And one of the drill sergeants walked by and was like, all right, you guys need to hang up, you guys need to hang up. So I hung up, they took my phone. I was so hurt, I was so scared. I was like, what? That was the moment it hit me, like, what the fuck did I do? What did I sign up for? And I remember that night they took us to some barracks, some open bays, hella bunks. They told us just to find a bunk and that's where we're gonna stay for that week of reception. The first night, y'all, I literally cried so quietly. Like I'm not gonna lie, I cried. Like I shed tears. And I remember just sitting there just crying, like, what did I do? Like I can't, like I've never been without my mom or my sisters or anybody. So I was just sitting there just crying, tears falling. I was crying so quietly because I didn't want nobody else to hear me. And it was late at night, the lights are off, I was in my bunk just shedding tears, y'all. So that was that first week. After first week of reception, that's pretty much where you get all your medical done. They give you your uniforms, your PTs, which is your physical training uniform, like your, I got some, but here, let me go ahead and pull them out for y'all. They were actually different back then. Back then they were like gray. But it's basically a t-shirt and shorts. Back then they were gray and black, but now we went to black and yellow. I don't know why, but the Army. And it just says Army on it. Yeah, and it's some shorts. And we got shoes and we got our uniforms. Back then it wasn't these ones either. So we just changed to OCP like, I want to say like 2 years ago. But before it was like the digital pattern. Yeah, I've been in 5 years, y'all. I've been in for a while. But we got all our boots, uniforms, everything we needed at reception, and we went through medical. When we were finished, we all boarded onto this regular school bus, big ass duffel bag in the front of us, duffel bag on our backs, and we rode over to the barracks we were going to stay at for the remainder of the time we were there during basic training. A lot of people ask me, like, how was my basic training experience? And I would say it was like one of the most challenging things I went through throughout my life. Like, this was the first time I was really away from home, had no contact with the outside world, had no contact with my sisters or my mom or my dad or my parents. And I'm so close to them. Like, I'm really like family oriented, like really bad. And so it was just so hard. Like, this was the first time I felt like I took something on my own, like, and spiritually it brought me a lot closer to God, because obviously I grew up knowing God. My mom, you know, brought us up in that type of environment. So I felt like all I had was God. Like, that's all I had was my prayers. And I'm kind of glad I went through that, because one, it taught me like I can get through something by myself regardless. As long as I have God, like, I'll be straight. So that was a good thing. But basic training was definitely super hard. Not physically, and that's the crazy part. Physically, it was easy for me, because at this time I had just left college. I was playing sports. I was playing basketball. So I was physically fit. So physically, it was easy. PT was easy for me. All the drills and stuff like that was easy. It was fun. I thought it was fun. The hard part was emotionally and mentally. Like, the days felt long. It felt like it was never gonna end. I was wanting to talk to my parents. I never got comfortable in this, like, I never got comfortable there. So, like, it never got easier. The girls, oh my God, y'all. The girls were the worst part. So, growing up, I have 4 sisters, so I'm used to being around girls. I'm used to just being around them. Let me not say girls. I'm used to being around them. And you realize people are, like, raised differently. Like, they really are. And yo, they were dirty. I'm not even gonna front. They were so dirty. Like, you were like, what did your mom teach you? Because I'm so confused as to why you think this is okay. Like, not rolling up their pads, or some of them not taking showers. And it was just like, bro, what in the hell? But I would say that was the worst part for me, was living in an open bay with hella females. Obviously, there was personality clashes. People were dirty. I'm very slick at the mouth. I have attitude. I don't have that I don't give a attitude, what you finna do about whatever. So that wasn't good, because I'm not gonna lie, I almost got in like a fight or whatever. But that's for another time. So that was probably the hardest part for me. Also, eating. So you do get 3 meals a day. You'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it's weird, because like, you only get, so once the last person leaves the lunch line to get their food, once the last person gets up, everybody's done eating. So like, it felt like you got like 15 minutes to try to eat as much as you can, or even less. Like, it was like 10 minutes, the most 10 minutes. And you're eating for energy. Like, you're not even eating to enjoy your food. Like, you're just trying to scarf down as much food as you can, because you're starving. And then on top of that, yes, you're getting 3 meals a day, but you're doing so much activities like throughout the day that you're always hungry, yo. Like, you're hungry. And like, we would eat dinner chow at like, I would say like 5:30 the latest in the afternoon. So by like 8 o'clock, while I'm in the bay, I'm starving, yo. Like, I'm hungry again, and it just sucked. And I'm not stingy. Like, I'm not someone who just be wanting to eat all the time. I don't know, probably. But then I don't think I was. I was always hungry, and you were not allowed to take any food from the DFAC into your bays. Like, they find that it's called contraband. If they find any snacks, anything, it's over. Like, you'll get in trouble. What else was a big thing for me that was hard? Oh, the FTXs. So that's basically like field training exercises, where you have to stay outside for days, and you're literally in these single man tents, where it's like, you know, Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, 2 poles and like a tent. That's where you slept in a sleeping bag. Like, it's not like camping like back at home. No, it's crappy. It really is. And it was pouring rain, so it was just terrible. Like, all our stuff was wet, and just, it was the worst time ever. What else? Drill sergeants are always going to be in your face. It feels like they're almost picking at y'all, and it's going to feel that way. Like, let's say someone's bed is, the corner is a little bit messed up. They will destroy the entire bay, and you guys are going to have to re-clean it, fix it. But I guess their whole thing is they want to break you down to build you back up. Or whatever. I don't know how they put that, but so it would feel like the drill sergeants are picking at y'all, but you just gotta, like, literally, you just gotta just get through it. Like, you're just, and a lot of people thought, like, getting hurt or going to, what is that called? Sick call and stuff will get them out of certain things. No, like, the easiest way out of basic training is literally just getting through it and like, graduating. Like, there were some people that went in for, like, let's say their knee hurt or their ankle hurt. Like, you can get recycled. So getting recycled means when your group of people graduate, you will stay until with the next group until you're better. Like, it's not like, oh, if I get hurt I get sent home. You don't. You just get recycled. So definitely, even if you are hurt, because I hurt my ankle. Even now my ankle just pops all the time. But I was like, unless I can literally not walk at all, I'm not saying nothing. Like, I never went to sick call. I just try to get through it. And yeah, that's what I did. Ruck marches are terrible. They were the worst for me. I hated ruck marches, which is like, a ruck is like this big, huge backpack. And like, you fill it up with all kinds of things, like basically all your equipment you need, your helmet, your anything you need, your gear, all your gear in this big, huge backpack. But we were rucking like 12 miles, and like, it would hurt my hips, and it was just, when you're smaller, so for females it's a lot harder. It was terrible. Like, it was the worst thing ever. But you just, like, literally all these things that they put you through, you're just mentally have to just try to get through it. Like, that's it. Like, that's really, like, that's the only advice I can, like, people always ask me, like, what advice would you give me trying to go through basic training? Just get through it. Like, you're gonna have to just bite your tongue and deal with it. Like, and you will get through it. Like, it's gonna be hell, but you're gonna do it. It's like humans don't realize it, but you're capable of, like, adjusting, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So the biggest thing for me, it was more of an emotional and mental thing for me that was hard. Just not being able to be around my family, not know what's going on in the outside world. Oh yeah, there's no TVs, no TVs, no phones, no radio. You don't hear music for those, like, I think it's 9 weeks. You don't know what's going on in the outside world. You don't know anything, like, absolutely nothing. Don't know what's going on. You have no access to anything electronic, have no access to any sweets, candies, none of that. So yeah, that was my experience. It was a difficult one for sure, but it made me a stronger person. And it's not that it made me a stronger person, it made me realize how strong I was. I'm very dependent on my mom and my sisters. Like, everything we've ever went through in life, we went through together, and this was something I had to take on my own. And to get through it just proved to myself, like, I can get through pretty much anything. Like I said before, as long as I have God, I am completely fine. I'll get through it. So yeah, hope that helped. Any extra questions y'all have or anything like that. And other than that, have a blessed